Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here. It's been a while since I visited the Kanto region. Recently I was reading through Curry Fry's field notes of the Kanto region creatures, and I thought, which are my favourite? Now I know what you're thinking, Toby, a top 10 list, so original. Well no, not exactly original content, there's plenty of that on my channel that you can find elsewhere, and I think it's important for you to get to know me, and the kind of Pokemon that I like. Let's get started. Number 10. The first on my list is number 133. Eevee. In a game about developing your team through experience and evolution, what more exciting Pokemon is there than Eevee? The Eeveelution Pokemon. Eevee is one of those Pokemon where everyone has a preference on its evolution, and it's kind of like finding out someone's star sign or where their favourite place to eat is. What's that? You like Jolteon? You're one of the cool guys. Espeon, sweet. Hey Gary, which Eeveelution is your favourite? Did you just say Leafeon? Not only that, but Eevee is cute. Not only is it the fox Pokemon, but honestly, it just reminds me of my kitten. Oh, and of course, one more thing about Eevee, I would be happy if they made an evolution for every type. Bring on the Dracheon. Number 9. Next up, number 25. Pikachu. And how could he not be on this list? Yeah, generic, sure, blah 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 blah, but he is the face of a franchise that has allowed me to do this. An adorable electric field mouse with lots of personality. Oh, and also, he was my first Pokemon too, in my version of Pokemon Yellow. But my version was Spanish, so maybe he's like a Spanish Pikachu. Anyway, in the TV show, he's Ash's main Pokemon, which really, his relationship to Ash is kind of the whole thing of Pokemon. It's the bonds of friendship that even transcend your species. And I'm not encouraging you to go and find a mouse and try and make friends with it. I'm trying to encourage you to play Pokemon. And of course, me and my first little amigo, we were the best of friends. That was till I deposited it in a box because Drowsy knew confusion. Number 8. Number 130, Gyarados. Who doesn't love the Pokemon that represents it's the walking embodiment of nerds who are younger, who get bullied for being rubbish at life, and then grow up and kick ass. Gyarados is the guy at the school reunion who goes up to all the people that bullied him and says, "Hey guys, how you doing? You want a hyper beam to the face? Ha ha ha, not so funny now." For of course Gyarados was just once a simple Magikarp, which is done well to get onto this list. Well done Gyarados, we're all proud of you. You grew up so fast. Number 7. And next on my list, number 144, Articuno. Disturb not the power of fire, ice and lightning. Well, fire and lightning I'm not actually that worried about, but ice. Something about Articuno just makes it my favourite of the trio. You got its elegance, its beauty. I think there's a certain amount of mystery around Articuno. In the original games, you want to catch a Moltres, you just have to visit an extra room of Victory Road. If you want to catch a Zapdos, you just have to go through the power plant. Don't even have to do that anymore. But Articuno, there was this whole strength puzzle where you were trying to surf, but the currents were fighting you. You had to actually fight to get Articuno. It gave it this element of being a legendary Pokemon. It wasn't just sitting at the end of the cave, you had to kind of earn your battle with Articuno. And of course, hey, I am Birdkeeper Toby. There has to be at least 1 or 2 birds on this list. Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. Number 6. Number 6 on my list is number 59 in the field notes. Arcanine. Arcanine is like my ideal pet. It's warm and fluffy and cuddly, you could sleep next to it, but also it can get you around places. You can ride on its back, it knows extreme speed, you just get town and back so quick. In my first run through of Black 2, I ditched my starter Pokemon and I quickly found a Growlithe, who's now a level 100 Arcanine. And that's something else, Arcanine's moveset is just awesome. It knows your typical fire moves, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Extreme Speed, which is pretty cool to have on it, and Outrage. The whole of the last gym on Black 2, I just use Arcanine. And that's why this puppy's on my list. Sounds weird. Number 5. Number 5, we're halfway there. Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. Yep, all 3. No, I wasn't going to dedicate 3 slots of a top 10 list to just the starter evolutions, but at the same time, I can't choose one. I've tried in writing this list, I thought, no, I've got to have one, but the truth is, there is no one winner, they're all awesome. It's like you just asked me my favourite flavour of ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, Neapolitan. Actually, it's vanilla, but in this analogy, it's Neapolitan. Point is, I've had some awesome experiences training all 3 of these Pokemon on various run-throughs of the games. They are just representatives of the Pokemon world that are my friends. One of you is going to force me that I have to answer it with one of them. Which one of them is the best? And I really, really have to do it. Then my answer is for you to go away, because this is my list. So position 5 goes to the tied trio of awesomeness. Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard. Number 4. Okay, a lot of you knew this was coming if you've seen my promo video. And I almost had the same issue here. Do I choose Mew or Mewtwo? They're both just awesome Pokemon. I just gotta choose Mew, and here's why. Mew knows how to live. It's chill, it's cute, it's got its little big bubble things. Mew isn't worrying about stuff, he's not angsty like Mewtwo, he's just chilling out, being all mysterious. And Mew is single-handedly the reason that Pokemon got so popular and was allowed to come over to this part of the world. You see, kids, once upon a time there were these days before the internet, and back then people got pretty excited about the fact that there was a Mew possibly hidden in the game somewhere. People were searching everywhere, in caves, on routes, under trucks, and it got people excited about the game, and it got me excited about the game too. Number 151, Mew. Number 3. So, top 3. Here we go. Number 18, Pidgeot. And I can't tell you, I wish Pidgeot was higher up on this list. Firstly, favourite bird Pokemon, and once the Auras phase is over, you can expect to see him in my banner. He looks cool, he's kind of Voltry, but also got a kind of almost like raptor, dinosaur type thing going on with his claws and beak. Single-handedly, a Pidgeot has achieved the status of Bird Jesus. I just think this bird is awesome, but I do have a confession to make, and that is, up until very recently, I've never even used a Pidgeot. I mean, I remember catching Pidgeys and Pidgeotos in my original games, but I never trained one up to the status of Pidgeot, Bird Jesus. That wasn't until Pokemon X when I was greeted with lots of older Pokemon faces, and I decided to catch a Pidgey. That Pidgey is now a level 100 Pidgeot. He was level 99 until I traded him over to Alpha Sapphire, leveled him up holding the Pidgeottite. As he Mega Evolved, he got that last level, and I'm so proud of him. Pidgeot, this channel will be seeing more of you soon. Number 2, and what beats a Pidgeot? Lapras. Lapras has grown on me over time. Younger me just didn't know where to catch a Lapras in Gold and Silver and Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. And in Red and Blue, the Lapras that you got given was so late in the game from such a low level, I never managed to train it properly. But I always kind of had a love for Lapras. I love the Orange Island series, and I always wished they had an Orange Island game. I managed to play a hack game at one point, but it crashed before I got to play with a Lapras. And recently I was running through Soul Silver and thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go down into this cave and wait for a Friday when Lapras appears, and there it was, and I caught it, and it became my favorite team member, my favorite water Pokemon. It knows lots of great moves, it has a dinosaur type theming that goes with it, and also, at this point, I'm just waiting for science to get to the point where it can perfect real life Pokemon, so I can just be at the beach on a Lapras's back. It sounds like the dream. Number 1! And number 1 on this list. Did you guess? Number 143, Snorlax. Where to start? He's incredible. One of Red's team on Mount Silver, he's one of Ash's strongest Pokemon. CHP, Rest, Sleep Talk, Snort, I mean, how about that? Not only does he have super health, he can use Rest to get it back up if it goes low, and then he can attack you during his sleep. Evolution just simply couldn't design a better Pokemon. In many instances, you can't progress through the game without waking up a Snorlax, which means he's been a part of a lot of my stories and recently part of my team. But ultimately, the thing that makes me love Snorlax the most is his love of food and sleeping. That is just something I can relate to. To me, just no classic list is complete without Snorlax. And then my Pokemon Masters, that does it. That was long. Maybe I should visit Johto soon. But what do you think? Do I need a Poke Flute to wake up from my delusions of which Pokemon are cool, or do you agree? Let me know your top 10 favourite Kanto Pokemon in the comments. Just feel like flying away now, but don't forget to share this with all your fellow Pokemon Masters and subscribe to know when I upload new videos. Pidgeot, use Fly!